What's up, people? Welcome back to On the Case. I came in a great mood, ready to record this gorgeous podcast of mine that I'm so grateful for, and everyone's pissing me off. For once, it's not Podcast Paul. He actually helped me escape from the office. It's just the time of year where everybody needs me for something, which is great to be busy, but between work, ads, collabs, TikTok, I'm gonna go back working in Dunnes. I've decided, lads, no, I'm just being really ungrateful right now, but no, I came in to do the podcast and I'm just being pulled in a million directions and I'm stressed. I'm going to be honest, okay? Anyways, I have guests on the way here, so we're going to get into my little catch up. Obviously, last week we didn't do catch up because I had Socially Awkward on and we did a little crossover episode. If you haven't listened to that yet, part 1 is up on, obviously, On the Case, and part 2 is on Socially Awkward. So yeah, what do we need to catch up on? So I've been away the last 2 weekends. The first weekend we went to Galway, myself and Uncle Pat. He did his first little brand deal, if you want to call it that. So we went to like a menswear shop and he got to pick out some bits and I obviously had to make a video. We stayed in a really nice hotel. Yeah, that weekend there's nothing really much to report on, but we just had a really nice time. We stayed in the Radisson Red. I didn't know there was a red version. Obviously, there's a Radisson Blue that everyone would know of, but yeah, the red one was lovely, very fancy. A few cocktails. When I got the menu, I was like, I said to the waitress, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna eat any of that. So how are we gonna fix this? And she was like, okay, do you want us to just give you like chicken and potatoes, like plain? And I was like, my dream date, please do give me that. That's what I ended up having. And it was lovely. It was actually the nicest chicken and mash I ever had. What's next on my gorgeous list here? I like to write lists. So the weekend just gone, we went to Mayo. So a big group of us got invited down to the Brafey Hotel in Mayo. It's literally like a castle. It looks like something out of Hogwarts. There's about 30 of us invited down, and I haven't done something like that in ages. Last year I did a hotel stay with a group, and they're literally the most fun events ever because first of all, you're getting a free weekend. You're meeting loads of people. You're having such a laugh, and also you don't have to leave the hotel. So like you don't have to worry about taxis or worry about going places. And we'd like a full itinerary for the few days. So the first night we went down to the spa, so they just opened up a new thermal suite outside. So it had like jacuzzis, cold plunge, sauna, steam room, the whole lot. Then we went and did like a sound bath thing, and then we got to make our own facials. It was actually so fun. Then the first night we were meant to take it easy and just have a couple of drinks. I ended up having 8 porn star martinis. So I was hammered, and also the following morning my stomach actually was turning inside out. Was so annoyed at myself because I feel like after the Stellars I've really like watched what I drink because that hangover was just like life changing. So the following day I was kind of ropey for a while. So we got up, we got a massage. The massage was so nice, but again I was dying. Then we went back out to the outdoor area. I did the cold plunge, hoping that would like revitalize me. It kind of did, but it also didn't. Then we had a brunch, which was really nice. I feel like our little gang for the weekend. There was me, Shauna O'Leary, you might know her from TikTok. She brought her boyfriend Jo with her, and Uncle Pat and Jo just got on like a house on fire. Like, they're literally like identical, except he's 29 and Uncle Pat's 21, but they're so similar. So they were just like little buddies for the whole weekend, which was great. And then we were with Abby, as Uncle Pat calls her, Abby from Bound Apparel. Abby brought her friend Emma, who I felt like I knew just from seeing her on TikTok. And then Neve Ryan was also with us. That was like our little gang. And then like Andrada and stuff was there as well. Faye was there, but yeah, there was loads of people there. Everyone was great. So yeah, then that night we did a cocktail making class. Uncle Pat was making an espresso martini. He was actually really good at it. His was actually really nice. Mine was kind of disgusting. No, it wasn't disgusting, but it had bits in it. So it wasn't my favorite thing I've ever drank. Then we had a lovely dinner that night. But me and Abby, I keep calling her Abby from Bound Apparel, but me and Abby are both fussy eaters. So when we seen the menu, we were just like, no, absolutely not. Let's just ask for the kids menu. And luckily the staff in the hotel were really nice. A few of them knew us from TikTok, so I feel like they were being extra nice to us. And I was like, could we please just order chicken tenders, chips, and goujons? Like, that is my dream date. Like, I'm not going to act all fancy and get something off the adults menu. That's what I want. So that's what I'm going to get. So that's what I got. And I was still hungover and it cured. Oh my God. The mic fell. Oh my God. Anyways. Am I just going to talk into like this? Sorry about that, guys. Just got assaulted by the mic here. Paul is really out to get me. Anyway, I was involved in a very serious conversation there about chicken goujons. So yeah, that was absolutely deadly. The staff there, big legends, love you all. They were actually also like professional and so locked in. And then like towards the end, they were like, we actually love you. No, they didn't say they love us, but like they were like, you're actually really nice. Like one of the girls was like to me, I thought you were going to be really stuck up. And I was like, well, thank you. Why are you laughing? I'm actually not. You know what it is, right? I'm actually so like, what's the word? I don't want to say I'm so humble, but I actually am pretty humble. And sometimes like the other day in the office, me and Gary from sales, we were always like ripping into each other. And he was joking, calling me a micro influencer. And there's nothing wrong with being a micro influencer. Everyone starts off as that. But obviously now that I've like 180,000 between both platforms, I'm technically not a micro influencer. So that's when I started spitting the facts to them. And then everyone's like, oh, your head's so big. And I'm like, it's only big when it needs to be. Okay. Sorry, guys. I have my period. I'm pissed off and everyone's annoying me. So everyone's going to get it today. I'm waiting till my 2 guests come in. They're going to get it too. Anyway, so what else is on this list of mine? I think I've lost it. Oh no, it's in my documents. I was very prepared today, Paul. I actually did this morning. Usually I do it 10 minutes before I come in. Oh, I actually have a shout out. Actually, no, sorry. Before I go to the shout out. So I met so many of you in the hotel. People apparently drove to Brayfie Hotel to actually come find me. And I'm really sorry I never ended up meeting yous. That's so sad because if I had done that to go meet someone, I'd be raging. So next time, tell the reception people, send her down to me. They probably didn't want to annoy me though, but I would love that. And then there was loads of girls there. There was like an awards on and there was also like a wedding on and something else on. So I got to meet loads of you, which was so nice. I can't believe I have that many people in Mayo that know me. And it's really cutesy. I really do love you all. Shout out to my friend Paul. Has the same name as you, Paul, and my dad, Paul. Last week, I was saying that Clodagh and Ava are my only 2 friends that actually listen to my podcast. And Paul texted me being like, I listen every single week. So a big shout out to Paul. And guys, you all failed. There's no point in me even giving out on this because you don't listen. I said last week, if you're one of my friends and you listen to this podcast, to text me if you heard the call out. None of you did. So yeah, guys, Paul's very upset with me because I'm not getting enough views on YouTube and all that kind of thing. So if you're watching, it'd be great. Why am I looking at the screen? I'm looking at the on the gates. It'd be great if you shared, tagged me, showed some love. Because I am the type of person that like forgets, even though I have a podcast, have a radio show. I just don't think anyone watches it or listens. Because obviously with TikTok, I can see the figures. But with those 2 things, I don't be looking at the figures all the time. So yeah. Anyway, I'm really busy at the moment. Obviously, coming up to Christmas, as I said, so many ads, so much work, which is great. But it's also a lot of bullshit as well. So yeah, guys, sorry you're getting moody, Kasey, today. But I'm going to take a little break now. After the break, I'm going to have my 2 agents here from the collaborations agency. They're going to talk about how amazing it is to work with me. I'm sure them and Paul will have some common opinions about me. And yeah, back after the break. Welcome back. Why are you stopping? Welcome back to On the Case. Guys, my 2 lovely guests are here. We had a lot of struggles there sorting out the cameras, but Sarah and Esther are here.
Yay! Sorry, I thought we all had to clap there. So
Oh, you
I was
can.
doing it.
People get confused.
We clap in the office a lot. You want us to clap? Why not?
Yeah, because Paul, I think, does that help you with the editing or something? Okay, well, guys, if you're not aware, Sarah and SJ work for Collaborations Agency, which is my agency. So do you want to give your titles, first of all?
Yeah, so I'm Sarah and I am Kasey's talent agent. So yeah, I'm her agent.
She's my agent, guys.
I'm her.
And SJ?
I'm SJ and I am the campaigns manager. So I work very closely with Sarah on her talent, such as Kasey, and I manage all things bigger kind of campaigns, but it's very much like a shared work, but I'm just not your point of contact all the time. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God for that one. We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
So even though we basically talk every single day, we don't know a lot about each other, really.
Fair, yeah.
Well, you know a lot about me.
Yeah,
That's why you're here.
I know what your bedroom looks like. I know what your dad's name is, all that sort of
she
stuff.
sees all the. I actually need to send you uncut versions of, I won't say what ad, of an ad I done the other day, and you'll be like, if that ever went anywhere, you'd never get another brand deal in your life.
Yeah.
So I want to know, I'm literally asking both the same questions, but Sarah,
Okay.
what did you study in college? I have no idea.
Okay. I studied global business.
Okay.
I went to Trinity and
Of course you went to Trinity.
I didn't know if you wanted me to say that or not.
You strike me as a Trinners girl.
Me?
Yeah.
Kasey, no.
She's not.
So you were global business in Trinity?
Yeah, it was the first year of the course, so it was a new one. Didn't really know what it was.
Okay.
Studied global business, didn't know what I wanted to do, and then I studied that, and I thought I might want to be an accountant, but then I realized that I liked the marketing part of it in my final year, and then it just kind of, here I am.
So what did you do from college? So obviously had other jobs before college.
Yeah, so I did college. SJ and I were both COVID college graduates. Oh my God. And so when we finished college, there was nothing happening in the world.
Oh,
so we were like, what do we do? Sorry, I'm speaking on behalf of you, but I imagine that's what she did too. So then I always knew that I liked social media and like I loved YouTube growing up. I always that was my entertainment. And I followed people for years and years and years, literally since I was 12.
Same.
And then it was COVID, it was lockdown. I think it might have even been late in lockdown. And then I just saw this ad. I think it was on literally Indeed, like it was on some random, wasn't on LinkedIn
Job
or anything.
Website, yeah.
And it was for an agency that worked with creators across the UK and the US. It was in an agency based in Galway, and I worked there for 3 years before I joined Collab. So I've been in Collab for 2 years as a talent agent. But yeah, so I worked in another agency that did like YouTube sponsorships with like UK and US YouTubers before I got to Collab, and that's kind of my journey. But I didn't like plan this. It just, I saw a job and was like, oh, I might be able to do that. And then like it grew up or built up my career from then, I guess.
So did you live in Galway?
No, it was fully remote.
Was it fully
Yeah.
remote?
Which I didn't bear too well with because I'm a very extroverted person. So so now we work 3 days in the office, and I can't get enough of my team. So it's great.
You all love each other so
Yeah,
much. So
we do.
so was your first like real job after college, or like your first job with your degree, that one for the first agency? So was that like talent management but for like YouTube people kind of?
So I like had a few different roles in it, but eventually it was like campaign management for YouTube ads with like big brands. I won't name them, but like big YouTube brands that you'd see like into the 2000s and 2010s and all those, like you'd recognize the name. So and I'd work with like agents in the UK and the US, and yeah, just like I'd send them the offers and negotiate all the deals and stuff like that. So kind of similar to what I do now with our clients for you guys.
Yeah.
But I wasn't the talent agent of the creators, if that makes sense.
That was a pretty good first job out of degree.
It was. It just kind of like led me here, and it was very relevant. And it was kind of also because the US and the UK were kind of ahead of Ireland in terms of like creator marketing. It was good to get that experience, because then when I applied for this job, not actually many people in Ireland have worked in the industry.
Yes.
So I had that in.
You have loads of cool merch as well that you like to show
some
off.
merch, yeah.
Okay,
I have
slay.
some random like Mr. Beast merch. Things like
Okay, you can sell that on eBay.
Yeah.
But like, look, I expected nothing less. Trainers for winners, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So
yeah.
SJ, I want to know about you now. Where did you go?
My college journey was like, I took the long road, the
Okay.
scenic route, you know?
Some of us do.
I
Not
was
Sarah.
not a Trinity girl.
Okay.
I left that to Mackers.
Yeah.
I went to what is now TUD, but it was the DIT on Ainger Street.
Ah, okay.
And when I did my leaving cert, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but knew I wanted to do like marketing of some sort. And then I got offered a course after like really wanting to do it. And then like when I got offered it, I was like, oh wait, am I like shoehorning myself? And I kind of want to know a bit more about other things. So I actually took a level 7 and did 2 years in business management, and then progressed into business and management, which is like the level 8. So like your honors degree. So as Macker said, I was a COVID graduate. So I think I finished in May 2021, and I was in my job by like the 4th of July. Like, yeah, it was very quick.
Straight in.
But I went and worked in a media agency. So not unlike, we kind of had similar paths, but just like different media, I guess, different media forms. So I worked in a media agency in Bosbridge, Haddington Road. And I like to call
Still
myself
fancy.
a PR princess now,
Yeah.
but I was a
Media
media girly. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
And I worked there for 3 years, and I worked on like an array of different clients. I don't know if I can say them, but like IKEA was one of them. And we would have planned all of their like basically media buying and selling. So like we would have done radio with them, out of home, TV, all that kind of like offline, and then traditional social, SEO, PPC, all that sort of stuff. And then this time last year, I started in Collab.
It's only a year.
Only a year.
I remember the email that went around when you
Yeah.
joined. It's like, everyone's like, hi to SJ. So who is this new girl on the block? Jokes, I was there about 3 months.
yeah. I was the new kid in town.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
it's been a year.
I know. You know, when someone says, "Oh, it feels like way longer," and
I
it's a
know.
negative. Mine is like a positive. Like I can't believe it's only a year.
So were you in that media agency and then went straight to Collab?
Yeah.
So you only had one other job as well?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm very young.
Yeah.
That's
We're
why-
the same age.
25. 5 always. I'm like 21.
You're 20.
I'm 28.
Yeah, she was
You're 28.
Only since July.
Okay.
I
Well,
remember.
look, Paul's like 40, so. To be fair
Paul's
though, Paul
25.
doesn't look 40. Sure he doesn't.
No, Paul, you don't.
Paul,
And-
what
Are you
you
actually
again?
40?
41.
my God.
Isn't that crazy?
I would have said you were 30.
Yeah, it must be that
When he
retinol
told
you're
me
using.
that, my like jaw dropped. So
So when we met, I remember you were like, "Oh, I thought you were like 24."
did I?
Yeah, I was like, "No,
That's
not your
gas.
age."
You weren't far off.
Yeah, I
No.
know, but she was like, "You're my age," and you kind of want maybe someone to be a bit older than you.
You'd think that, but then you actually want someone your age because they get it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
that's
mean?
true. Yeah,
So what does a typical day in your life look like, Sarah? Work life.
yeah, we're
Work life. Not
Well,
your free time.
yeah,
I don't
won't
care
go
about your
into
free
that.
time.
So usually, well, obviously we start work at 9, so be in the office 3 days a week, and basically my normal like day-to-day tasks are checking what campaigns are in for approval that day. So like brand campaigns, checking what's going live today. So I have a like array of creators that are on my books as such.
How many do you have? Do you know?
Oh God.
Or is it like random?
No, it's not random. It's like 20 maybe or something like that.
I
Yeah,
think
but
you have the most, don't you?
yeah, but like it's fine.
Can I also just say, Uncle Pat said, right, I was explaining to him your job and he was like, that seems kind of easy. And I was like, no, but it isn't. I was
Oh
like,
my God.
imagine like 20 email threads with 20 brands for 20 creators and trying to remember all that. That's not easy.
It's not easy.
And I said I was
people
gonna tell
always
you.
are like, your work is just loads of fun. And I'm like, yeah, it's so much fun, but it's so busy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would be looking after the campaigns. Then my main jobs are like emailing clients and they'd come in and ask about pitches, or they'd come in and want us to pitch them on who would be suitable for a campaign, or asking, you know, for fees and things like that. And then a lot of it is just back and forth with both the client and the creator, which takes up a lot of time because you're kind of like the middleman.
Yes.
But there's also like fun parts of the day. You might have a client call, or you might be going to a shoot or something like that. And obviously outside of create like the regular online campaigns, there could be like live shows or I don't know, events and all things like that. So it's not just black and white. It's not just, you know, those Instagram ads that you see all the time.
Yeah.
So there's always different things happening. And then we might have some meetings, or we might be doing socials for Collab or HMG for shooting TikToks. So we do have some fun in the office. But yeah, that's kind of generally what I do. I WhatsApp you all day,
every day.
So,
Because I'd be thinking, I'm like, so you're texting me all day, but I'm not the only person you're dealing with. So
Yeah.
how many people are you WhatsApping at the one time?
well, we're in like 70 WhatsApp groups because that's how many people we have. So
That really stresses me.
it's a lot of communicating with people, but that's the best part about it because
Yeah.
I
would
like
agree.
I said, I'm an extrovert, so I love
Yeah.
talking to people.
So your day is basically dealing with the brand or sometimes the agency.
Yeah.
Because people don't really, if you're not in the
there's a
world,
gap.
you don't get, like you wouldn't
Yeah.
get it. So like say if I'm doing an ad for someone, you might be dealing with the brand. You could be dealing with an agency.
The most of the time you're dealing with an agency actually.
So it's kind of going between like
there's
four
four levels.
people.
Yeah.
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 Because
We're
like
all
I
like
said,
the middle men.
literally. Well, you're the end man.
I'm
Yeah.
the talent,
You are
as they
that
keep
man.
calling me.
Yeah, the man.
I'm the
Talent.
man. That's gas. Okay, SJ, day in your life.
Ooh, day in my life. What I do love about where we work is no 2 days are the same.
Yes,
In like the
I'm the same.
best possible way. And also we get a lot of exposure to other elements of the job too, because like there's 12 of us in the office. So they might need an extra pair of hands for something. So like we might row in on like packing a PR box or helping with deliveries and stuff. But that's less of our responsibility. We do help out. So my side of it is similar. An agency might send out an email, be like, we have this campaign, we're looking for this style of creator, this is our target audience, this is the product they're going to be like, you know, promoting, influencing you all.
Yeah.
And it'll be like my role then to go to the three agents, who is Sarah, Aoife and Natalie, and be like, I'm thinking of X, Y, and Z. Tell me your thoughts. Do they have any conflict of interest with other brands? So for example, we recently did like a hair care brand together, myself and you, and I had to make sure that there was no like exclusivity with other hair care products or that it didn't cause conflict of interest for any of your other campaigns or even like your line of work. Like that would be things we'd have to consider as well.
Yeah.
And then it would be my job to pitch you back to that particular agent or that particular brand and then take it from there. So once they approve your fees, your costs, your timings, you know, when your campaign's going live, concepts, all that sort of stuff. So then that would be my side, but I am the campaign manager. So within that campaign, there might be 3 or 4 people. So
Okay, so do you send back everyone's?
Yeah. So when she's doing your campaigns, there might be
Three
two
other
other
people
people.
on it.
I never really understood the difference because sometimes you'll come to me with something and I'm like, wait, why didn't you come to me with that?
Yeah.
But is that because a brand has come to you like with
Multiple
we need 4
people.
people?
Yeah, whereas
kind
say
of thing.
because Sarah's your agent, like FM 104 would be like, hey, we want to work with Kasey on this because they know that
It's
She's the
specific to me.
specific.
Yeah.
I get it now.
And sometimes I do the ones that have multiple people on them because a lot of they might be.
Are you 12?
Because they might be, you know, a few people on my books, or they could be Aoife's or Natalie's. But SJ generally does the ones that have more creators on them. And you did a lot better explanation than I did. You went in depth there. I feel like I just did a very
gave me the
you gave the
definition.
technical because people want
we
to know
discussed
that.
this earlier though because you made a video last night being like when Mac
What did I say?
you said when Sarah's off I jump in and I was laughing to myself being like me in the office Waiting for Sarah to go on
It
holiday.
kind of sounded like when Sarah doesn't work, you just do a bit
she's
of
just
work.
waiting.
You know?
Yeah,
I didn't
I
mean
just
like
pick
that,
up the
guys.
Just my
slack.
step in. Yeah.
So, well, when you're off, do you pick up all her
Yeah.
talents? That's a lot.
But you see, because I'm the campaign manager, I have to chat to you guys anyway, and like
Mm.
I've built that relationship with you guys anyway. So then it just is a bit more of like a natural progression.
And we do a
you know?
handover, so it's
Yeah,
always
Sarah's
fine.
fond of a holiday, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, you're telling me.
I'm
Excuse
just
me.
joking. Every week I'm like, oh, AL request.
Yeah,
are
to be
coming in
fair,
here.
recently I've gotten on a lot of AL, but that's because I didn't go away in the first half of the year.
And
So
you
I've
need
been
to take
trying to
them.
use it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair. fair.
I'm off on Friday, so
I heard.
watch out.
There's a
Yeah.
rumor going around that you're
Yeah.
on
But
Friday.
that's why, as you and Mitch discussed, she's the mom and I'm the cool aunt.
I was just gonna say, so Sarah's the mom, right? Sarah's
Yeah.
strict. Like, I think I'd be like, do you think it'd be bad if I posted this and I'm like out in like 3 people?
Yeah.
And she's like, maybe don't do that.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, SJ, be like, just do it. Who cares?
I'm like, we'll pay for the consequences after the matter.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
the other night we had a bit of a disaster, right? So I won't say exactly what it was. But basically, I filmed an ad, and I was like, actually, why would I bother reading the brief? Like, who reads the brief these days? You know?
Don't say that.
Red flag,
Casey.
red
No, but
flag.
like obviously a joke because I thought it was very
You
straightforward.
always read the brief.
I do always read
Yeah.
the brief, but for this one in particular, I was like, there's not much more that I could have done. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I look at the brief after, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot like a major part. So I put it on my close friends to like soft launch it to Sarah because I knew she'd see it when she woke up.
7 a.m. I see it. First thing I wake up. I'm perfect.
Because I sent her a voice note knowing she wouldn't see it till the next day.
Yeah.
But then SJ was actually awake when this all
Yeah,
happened.
I shouldn't have been awake, but I was, and I literally replied saying, "You better hope she's already asleep."
Yeah, because if she had to go asleep on that news, but you were like, "Well, sort it, it's fine."
And we did.
Yeah.
And
And
we
it was
did.
all fine. Everything was
Fine.
fine, guys. Look,
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing, Sarah.
You do.
You don't
Yeah.
trust me sometimes.
No, I do trust you. It's just sometimes I have to step in and be that, like, you know,
Voice
voice
of reason.
to you.
And I
Uh,
do need that because sometimes I'll be like, I don't curse on my podcast. I'm like, feck all these brands. Why? Like, if someone doesn't approve my content, I take it personally.
You take it quite personally,
Yeah.
and I think that we have a good relationship in that you'll say it to me like the
way
it
that I
should-
mean it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll just say it back to you, but in a nice way.
True.
Sometimes I feel like the line I use a lot is like, "Sorry, agent mode on now." If I'm being
Yeah.
strict,
Yeah.
but yeah,
you do
look,
have
it
to be.
works. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, cool aunt over here.
Yeah.
When Sarah's off, do you think we get away with a bit more?
I don't know.
Like, for example, the one I was doing for you
no.
recently, I had no dates. I was like, oh, she hasn't looked for this in
Yeah.
2 weeks. This is great.
Well, yeah, because I didn't have dates, so I was like,
right.
"You're busy this week. They're not pushing for a date, so get over the hill with all of the other
Perfect.
content that has like actual deadlines."
Yeah.
And this one, again, because I'm campaign manager, it was part of a bigger campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I know I can push Casey's to be the last
There was other ones.
because there was other
happening.
ones to go out.
I get you.
So,
Okay.
and that's another big part of our job is
Mhm.
a balancing act between calendars and schedules. So
Big
like
time.
we have a campaign timeline. So like we might have a space of 3 weeks where we need to get like 4 bursts of content out. So it's up to us to then juggle who we think should go first based on their other campaigns,
Commitments,
because
yeah.
also we have to allow for like 24 to 48 hours depending on the campaigns to go live between your socials.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of juggling as well.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, I feel like I need to talk to people like they don't know anything.
Yeah,
'cause they
please
don't.
do,
If
sorry.
you're not
Yeah,
an
I'm not
influencer,
good
you
at
won't
that.
know. So I don't know if it's in every agency, but in our agency, it's 24 hours
24 hours.
between ads.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
means
like minimum.
Minimum.
because you don't want to, first of all, seem like it's ad. And
Yeah.
also, if you're promoting something, that brand's not going to want to see you promoting something else the following
Yeah.
day.
It actually counteracts both. Like they, from a social side, they don't actually perform as well if they're like gone live
Within the same
within the
24
same
hours.
kind of time
24
frame.
hours is a good space, but also we don't encourage like back to back. Obviously, some weeks there might be 2 days in a row, but you might go live one morning and then the next evening, which is a nice. I'm sure Casey posts 1,000
A day
TikToks
anyway.
videos anyway.
Yes.
So it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, so that's kind of a timeline we have to manage as well,
Yeah.
along with many other things.
Yeah, your life would actually stress me more than my own does. What is your favorite part about the job, Sarah?
Me. My favorite part about the job, number one, honestly, is our team. So we work in an office with 13 people, 12, 13 people.
We substitute one in and out every
across
so often.
Collab, Hunter Media Group, and Social Content HQ, because we all are under like the
Yeah.
HMG umbrella.
So for people that don't know that, so Collab is talent management.
Talent management. Then we have Hunter PR, so they do the PR for big brands, big Irish brands and other brands. And then Social Content HQ is like a content forward agency, so they do UGC and things like that, photo shoots.
UGC, which is
User-generated content.
because a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
that?
You go.
You're getting tested here.
So UGC is basically, for example, we'll take you. So you did an ad last week. It's on your page. It's your platform. You as a person, as your own brand, are promoting or like, you know, sharing influence around that product, I guess, or that service.
But if it's not an ad, it's not an ad though. But it's organic.
It's all organic. So like when you talk about like, oh, I actually got this today. I bought this today. Love it. Whatever. That's like obviously all organic. That's you on your own doing your own socials, your own content. Then your paid ads, which is what we look after, would be when you're like hashtag ad or like hashtag gifted. And then UGC is user generated content. So we might have a client who's like, I want to post on my own channels, no collaborations, no paid ads, but I need content because they might not have creators in-house, or they might not have like anyone to do that in their like our own offices. So they would come to people like ourselves, Social Content HQ, and we would get you to create UGC content. So it's most of the time, like 90% of the time, faceless. So it would be you using that product day to day, or like unboxing it or unwrapping it, or showing how the product actually works.
Like aesthetic kind of videos.
Yeah.
Because the minute I'm not going to say me, but the minute someone well known is in it, it's not really UGC anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's not.
And that would have to, so we base, like, you'd have to increase your rates for that. So if someone's face is in it, like let's say someone came to me and said, Kasey, I want her to be in my UGC, I'd say, well, does her face need to be in it? Because if so, that's a higher fee. So usually you wouldn't really do UGC. Like you don't really do it.
I feel like I actually did at the start, and you know what? I used to do it for €27 video.
Yeah, exactly.
So lads, we start at the bottom.
And UGC started off as a thing that it was just like literally user generated content someone was putting on their profile anyway, and then an ad would, or a brand would come to them and say, hey, we want to use this. So that's kind of where it started, because it was like organic and natural on the platforms anyway. And now it kind of is a bit more targeted or planned out. But yeah, that's what Social Content HQ is, one of their offerings.
And then we've got EGC, which is employee generated content.
So I was like, what's this one now?
Yeah. That one would be like, it's not actually like a transactional thing, but like for our own socials, we are the people creating that content, and we're the people featuring in it. So therefore it's like employee facing. So it's employee generated content.
But back to your question on what my favorite thing. So number one, it's definitely the team. So like I said, there's 13 people in our office, and we all just get on so well. Like SJ and I sometimes have gone like 8 days, including the weekend, seeing each other.
And then have separation anxiety when we don't.
And then it'll come back to Tuesday and it's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in 2 days. We've had a bit of a break recently though. We're not too on top of each other.
No,
thankfully. No, I'm joking.
You need to catch up.
Yeah. But that, and then in general, in terms of like my work, I think it's probably the people that I work with, both creators, like I love everyone that we work with, and then also the clients. Like I love meeting new people, chatting to them, like pick up the phone or going to a shoot and all that. Like it just has such great opportunity to meet new people, and I like to talk. So yeah, that's probably my favorite.
I feel like you have nearly the best of both worlds, because you get to go to events and meet all the cool people, but you don't have to do the content really and put yourself out there too much. So maybe I should have went into that. Jokes. I love the camera. SJ, your favorite part?
I would say there's probably two elements to it. There's like probably more of a work element, and then like the fun element. So I love that it's a very work hard, play hard industry, but also in our office, like our team is like hugely motivated. We always want like the bells and whistles on everything. Like we're very like determined in that sense. And I think we work very hard, but we also play very hard. So that's always, I love that bit, because as you said, it's a bit of the best of both worlds. And then I guess from like a work element, I love when like something not goes wrong, but I love when we have to kind of come up with a solution, because then when like that campaign goes live or you get something over the line, it's way more rewarding. So like recently we had a big campaign.
I don't know what
I had to go on like a shoot day and stuff, and there was just like so much back and forth, and I was just like every day I was like, I'm being tested, but I was like, smile, it's okay. And then when everything went live, I actually saw the ad last night, and I was like, oh, like
Thank
that was
God,
a really like, good sense of reward, I guess.
And it's always like, sometimes obviously you have to navigate like challenging conversations and things like that, but that's just one of the parts of your job. And like, for example, in a case like that, like I always say to you, Kasey, I'm dealing with this 10 times. Like you might be complaining about one campaign, and I'm like, this is fine. Like this isn't a big deal. I've done 5 of these conversations already today. So yeah, it is a balancing act, but
100%.
It's very rewarding as well.
What would you consider difficult conversations? Is it like, obviously it's your job, do you find the money thing awkward, or is that just like, no, this is the fee?
No, the money I don't find awkward.
Okay.
Like that's a transactional thing.
That's
obviously
the
the money has to go over the table. So but for me, probably just like if someone like if something out of my control happens and it's not necessarily anyone's fault, but it's not the outcome either party wanted, it's kind of hard to find a resolution sometimes. But Lynn, the founder of Hunter Media Group, her catchphrase is always a solution. We have that ingrained into us. So we will find a way to make it work. Yeah, we'll find a way always.
And like we're very good at going to people when there is a problem.
Yeah.
Like the whole office is very like, okay, I'm actually stuck on this. And it's not that you make it everyone else's problem, but it's that everyone else knows so that we can all kind of go, okay, we'll help you figure this out, or maybe try this, or you know, like we'd all be
it's a
very
collaborative effort.
Yeah, to be fair, there's nothing like with me stuff goes wrong all the time, but there's never been anything we haven't been able to fix.
Exactly. Yeah, it's always
which
fine.
is good, which is positive.
You have to make. Oh, go on.
No.
No, I was just gonna say you have to make an extra edit. I just text you and say you just have to do it.
We won't get into the edits. Anyways, okay, negative time. I love being negative.
Perfect.
Worst part of the job, or something that you don't enjoy that much, or like you know, something negative.
Well, I guess the tough conversations are like hard sometimes, or if I have to like go back to a creator who's I know has worked really hard on something and just be like, I'm really sorry, but the brand want this to be changed. That's not necessarily fun, but it's just part of the job.
Or like if a brand
I actually have an
somebody.
idea.
Okay,
I know what my answer is. One, like it's not really negative, but it's like harder is that when I go home, like work doesn't really stop because I might be on my socials anyway, and then I might see you've posted something or someone posted something and I have to text them being like, either like take this down or you have to add to that, or like, you know, your brain just doesn't really switch off. And my friends will be like, who are you texting? And I'm like, I just still have to do something. So I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it does, like, because also I follow everyone on social, so I see them all, and it constantly like you see your work at 10 p.m. at night. But like that's the industry, so we just kind of have to get over that.
Some people also don't realize who we work with. So I had to put a disclaimer out to my friends before to be like, if you see me commenting, like, I'm not acting.
I'm not like a weirdo.
Yeah,
like
I'm not acting the fan. Like,
yeah. I know this person.
What if you just were fan?
But even if I was, say la vie, power to the people. Exactly. But my friends were like, what's going on? Why are you saying yummy under
Slay
that
queen.
food content creator's brownie post? You know?
or like an insurance post, and you're like, I love this.
Yeah,
what a great
I don't own a home. I don't own home insurance.
I don't even own a garden shed, so no home insurance for me.
So funny.
But yeah, that's kind of a funny one. I think people are like, what the hell is she doing under there commenting?
But we just love everyone's content. So.
I know, you really do. Like if I post something at 9 o'clock at night and you're not working, you see I've done something wrong, of course you're going to text me on Instagram.
Yeah. Or even on my days off, I text you too, being like,
you?
I have texted you before, being like, hey, I'm off, but something.
Yeah, I remember a big disaster happened recently, and it was then I seen you at the Wicked premiere, and I was like, good luck tomorrow when you're back.
Oh yeah, I was off.
I can't remember.
I'm always off.
It was she's always on holidays, lads. It was something to do with an ad that needed like 25 million edits. And I was like, just wait till you're back tomorrow.
I actually pawned that off. That was the cool ant coming in. I was like, let's just
you want to know something
shove this
for
back.
free? That was your fault.
Yeah, it was. It actually was.
You want to know something Sarah does, okay? So she'll say something to me. Example, for one ad, she was like, don't make it Halloweeny because it's going up after Halloween. And then I wore a Halloween costume.
And she was like, I might just want to wear this costume on my time off. I was like, Kasey.
So what Sarah will do is she'll respond to the message where she told me not to do something with a full stop to reiterate it.
Yeah, as above.
Yeah.
As per my last email.
As per my last email. So recently when you messed up, I did the same thing.
To me?
Remember? Yeah. Because I
then
said,
she ratted on you. She came to me and was like, hey, so I know Sarah's off, but she
said
told
this.
me.
do you remember? So basically I was
it was to change a line in something?
No, it was, you said one platform, but it was two.
And the best part was I said, are you sure it's this? And you said
I did say yes.
But look, as Sarah just said, she deals with a million people, but I like to say when she's wrong because it's never really
it's
happens.
fine. I say when you're wrong.
I actually have a story on another time when Kasey said we were wrong.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hit me.
And it's really funny.
I'm scared.
It's one of my points of information that I wrote down in my notes.
I'm actually scared.
So basically, you a couple of months ago, in fairness, used to come under a lot of heat.
Yes. Oh yes.
And sometimes you would address said heat, and it would be very like positive. But as you said yourself, you're sometimes a bit too quick off the mark, and you would impulsive. And she would address this heat, and you came into the office one day, and I think
we had a meeting.
Yeah.
Yes.
It wasn't about that, but in the meeting, I just said
it was a catch-up meeting.
I was
and
like, Kasey, just maybe,
ignore that.
Hold
pause before you post.
Because in fairness, you post other such positive content. You have so many actual nice followers who don't give you heat.
Exactly.
So we were like, focus on them, whatever. So about 3 months goes by.
I don't know where this is
We're
going.
all at Electric Picnic, and myself and Sarah are fond of a TikTok ourselves.
Yeah.
One, because we know how it works, and also it's like kind of fun to create your content, and then you understand all the like ins and outs behind it and stuff like that. It's quite an enjoyable hobby, I would say. So shameless plug, selfless plug, follow us.
Shameless.
Yeah,
plug.
we'll give your socials, guys. Don't worry.
But we made a video of our outfit of the day from
Yeah,
our
EP.
hotel at EP. Just
Oh yeah,
FYI.
hotel. Yeah, you notice
Yeah.
trainers and fucking Southside over here.
We were working.
We were working hard. We had
Yeah.
bruises from carrying
Yeah.
things. I'll have
okay,
you know.
fair enough.
But we made a outfit of the day video on our
Yeah.
last day, and we were feeling fresh. We were like,
Yeah, feeling
"Woo!"
good.
Last day, like we didn't have to work really on the last day, so we were like, we are out.
Out for the
And
night.
we posted a video, and it kind of popped off, and we got a lot of haters.
We got hate comments.
We got
You know what?
So we
I'm glad-
replied, and we replied.
We were like
As you should.
replying back to the haters.
Yeah, she was like
I-
riling them up.
Yeah. Like one of them was like, is she going to a wedding?
Yeah, one of them was like, "Is that girl going to a wedding today?" And it was because I was wearing like a mid-length like polka dot dress that you could have worn to a wedding, but I
Well-
wore it with wellies.
And then I was wearing the viral Zara dress. Actually, Lynn lent it to me, so shout out Lynn again. But I was wearing that Zara dress that has like the lace detail on the
Yeah,
side.
I
you
know
like
the one.
yeah. So I wore that with my wellies and like a cowgirl hat. And they were like, "Are you wearing lingerie?" And I was like,
Yeah,
"How
you were.
dare
They were like,
they
"Is she
say
going to
that?"
bed in
Yeah,
that
they
or
were like, "Is she
something?"
So now, how do you think we feel?
So that's what
when we get
So-
like, oh,
We came to you that evening
Yeah.
and we're like, Kasey, we're after getting hate. And you went, well, guys, you should just not reply to them.
Yeah.
And you actually turned on your heel and walked away. And Sarah and I literally went,
I
oh,
ate them.
Yeah, you were
did.
right. You
You
were
did.
right.
I-
And you were so smug about it too that I was like, we put our hand out to be slapped there.
Oh,
Yeah,
lads,
yeah.
I forgot about that until right now. I remember Uncle Pat couldn't hear what we were saying, so he just laughed, and I was like, I just burned them. I just like the comeback of the century just happened, and you missed it.
But you actually did, because the two of us genuinely were
Yeah.
like, oh, she
Practice
told
what
us.
you preach.
I'm
Yeah. We didn't
very
do
off
that.
the mark. I'm like just great, Paul.
Yeah,
I'm just fantastic. It's hard to believe. So that leads me to my next question.
perfect.
What's it like working with me?
What is it like working with Kasey? My favorite question. Well, like I said, Kasey and I have very honest working relationship. If I want to say something, I'll say it. Like I the way I text you, I don't text everyone like that.
Really?
So
Okay,
you
gas.
should feel honored.
feel like we're
I
mates.
actually went and searched in our chat the other day how many times we say the word slay.
I say slay
Did you
way
look?
too much.
So do I.
No. And even into people in the
How
office
many times
here.
do you think we've said it in our chat?
I'm really bad at guessing stuff like this, like 123.
Oh, yeah, it was 102. Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of slays.
Yeah, and I say slay a lot too. So that's just the sort of tone that
yeah,
Kasey and I
there's
give
no
each other. It's no
professional,
like, okay,
jargon.
thank you so much. We're just like slay, perf.
Best. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, pop off.
love you
Yeah,
sometimes.
literally.
Yeah.
I love you so much. If I send an ad on time, it's like, oh my God, yes, finally.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Superstar.
Oh yeah.
That makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great working with Kasey. Like, to be fair, we have a very like we text each other all the time, so it's just very like casual, open communication. I'm never like afraid to text you.
No.
Not that I should be, but
There's one-
yeah.
Was there not one day where we were both afraid to text each other over that one ad?
Yeah, I was like, I was afraid you hated me, and you
I-
replied
you
being
hated
like, I
me,
was
yeah.
afraid you hated me. But yeah, I mean, it's just like texting your friend, really.
Yeah, but the only negatives I would say is that I don't take the criticism very well sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm
But
like,
that's
they're
okay
idiots.
to not take it well with us, because it's not coming from us. It's like, again, we're
True.
passing it on. So you can get your,
Yeah.
oh, sorry, I keep knocking this, Paul. You can get your, not anger out, but you can say, oh, this is so annoying to us.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know,
And then I'll
over
get
the
Sarah
head.
to say it in a professional way.
Yeah, then I'll
I'll be
just
like, tell them I
rearrange.
said I hate them and I hope they die, but professionally, kind of. No, there was one thing recently I said, I can't even remember. I just crash out sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's okay.
It's
We
okay.
all
I'm there
do.
to be like your soundboard, and then
Yeah,
I
yeah.
go in and be like formal
Yeah.
about it. So
It's because a lot of times for anyone wanting to get in the industry, brands will ask for one thing, and then when you do it, it's like, actually, no, we don't want any of that. We want it a different way. And it's just like,
sometimes,
So-
not all the
not all the
time.
time. Sometimes-
Very few times.
sometimes you get approved first time.
Yeah,
It's like,
today you got
brilliant.
2 approvals.
I
Yeah, you did.
I
so
did.
great day.
I slayed.
Most of the time it is like nice and simple. It's
Yeah.
just-
But
and
it's
then
also
sometimes I
a
have to
compliment
remind.
to you, because you're like, you're so good at it anyway. Like, you whack out all of your own organic stuff. You've like nearly a vlog every day. You also have like loads of different elements to your own social strategy as well and what you post. So you're so good at the editing anyway that you could probably nearly predict yourself
What they're gonna
what
say.
they're going to say.
Yeah.
I
So
feel like you do that sometimes.
Sometimes I know what they're going to say, and I'm like, well, let's do it before they say it. And I'm like,
Mm.
I'm too lazy.
Yeah, but I just sometimes remind you like, this is just once in a blue moon that this happens. So
Yeah, true.
let's be grateful.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, I have a quick fire round of questions here,
God.
right?
Okay, yeah. Sorry, we're probably talking too much. Paul.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Paul.
no. Not at all.
Okay.
So this is, yeah,
Okay.
this is my last part, right? So this is gonna be so yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question, right?
I'm
And you have to
nervous.
pick between the 3 people.
Oh,
The people in question.
I know who she's gonna say.
Me, Mitch, and
Brandon. I knew it. I knew it.
Well,
Okay.
can I just say in a disclaimer, we have not worked with Ronan. I called him.
She's like
I never know whether
Ronan.
to call him Ronan or Mitch.
Mitch.
Today he gave out to me because he was like, "Call me whatever you
Yeah,
want."
Mitch.
But I haven't worked with. We haven't worked together that long.
But I think we
So-
traumatized him because his first day in the office, we made him put on a cloak. And we were also building. That's what I mean. No, 2 days of the same.
Yeah.
We were building clothes rails from Amazon.
like
So
10
as
of
you do.
them.
Like we had like little hammers, and there was just rails everywhere, and people were like hitting each other with the poles by accident. And he was just like, "What is
yeah, it
going
was
on?"
What am I
first day in
signing
the
up
office.
for?
And then
Yeah.
we made him do Traders TikTok.
Yeah, and
But he gave us the shout out at the podcast, so,
So
this is a
shout
shout
out
out
And
now
guys,
to
do you know he actually
Mitch.
texted me before joining collab and said, "Should I join?" And I
And
said,
you said yeah.
"Oh hell yeah!"
Yeah.
Oh,
I
thanks.
sent
and
him a
we
little
have to
voice
shout out
note.
to Brandon too because I drive that fella
Yeah.
demented. The dragon. He'll know what that means. He'll know
The
what that means.
dragon. My dad calls my mother the dragon.
Oh,
Well, the dragon lady. Happy birthday, mom, by the way. I forgot.
Oh my God,
happy
happy
birthday. Not that she listens. Okay, so who's the biggest diva? Me, Mitch, or Brandon? And don't just say because they're not here. You can't just pick me for everything.
I think it's you.
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think you're the most theatrical. That's a better way to put it. Yeah.
That's a nice
But that's
way to say it.
okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
We're
agree.
dramatic too, SJ.
Oh.
Come on.
Hello.
Oh,
Meet your
come on.
sisters.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Who's most likely to send an ad in late or forget to do it?
I would say none. Like I said, Mitch is only new.
Let's
Brandon's
do it.
good.
Let's
You're
do
good.
Mitch because he's the newest, so maybe he's not up to scratch yet. Whereas
Yeah,
Kasey
I
okay.
feel
and
like it'll
Brandon
still be
know.
me. Like how many
No.
times have I been like, oh, forgot about
No,
that.
Yeah, but then
would
you're
say-
actually really good at turning it around. You're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, I only have 4 hours to
Well,
send this.
You
You'll
know
have
what?
it done.
I would like to say that we are very prepped in our time schedule, and
Yeah.
we'll make sure that you send it. So I
Yeah.
don't think anyone does that.
Yeah, you're
Any
all.
brands listening? Come on,
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
work with us. Who gets? These are all like me. Who gets offended the easiest?
You.
Yeah.
Who wrote these questions?
Yeah. You get offended so easily.
What?
I feel. Yeah. You.
No,
But
it's
like
Fair.
in a fine way.
So fair.
But like we just bring you back down. It's grand.
Back
Yeah.
down to earth. Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Maybe.
Oh,
I think
you think it's someone
so.
else.
No, I don't know. I feel like the relationship we have with the 3 of you, it's like we can call kind of all like stand around and slag each other, and
Yeah.
it's not so like I don't know. I don't think
Yeah,
anyone's easily
But also,
offended.
like, obviously, I'm going to say, like, you, because you're sitting here. I don't want to, like,
So true. No,
Yeah.
but give Brandon some
Like-
heat. Brandon deserves some.
yeah, okay.
Okay, I was like, please
I
say something
think-
bad about Brandon.
I will say you based on the crash outs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
it's
do
not
crash
it's
out.
not you personally being offended. It's like content wise.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
fair.
sorry. Yeah. Never, like, got to do with anything else
Oh,
except for
sorry.
an edit, is what I meant.
Oh, okay. No, fair. It's okay. No, these are literally. I
No.
agree with all these.
Trying to cover myself
Not me
up.
judging.
This is kind of positive, I suppose.
Oh,
Who's
great.
most likely to just get done? Like you've 3 hours to do this.
You.
I was going to say Brandon. Brandon's
Yeah,
really good at that. Remember
he
he
is.
did that?
Oh yeah. Sorry, we
Shout
made
out to
Brandon
Brandon.
do
No.
something. Sorry, this is just a
There was
special
a
mention.
special case.
Something fell through. Brandon was like the perfect candidate, so I was like basically rang him, and within
Did
like
it.
an hour he was like down at the store that we needed him to be in, getting his content, and the ad went live that day. At 6
He's
o'clock.
not embarrassing me.
Yeah. So,
I'm joking. I'm joking. But sometimes I'm good at the turnarounds.
No, you are good
No,
at
you
the
are.
turnarounds too. Yeah.
Guys, I'm here for all the
No, to be
praise.
fair, I text you, be like, can you do this for tomorrow? And you're just like, yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes I'll be like, can we get a couple more days on that one?
No,
please?
no, but you are good.
Okay,
can
well,
rely
that's
on
actually not
you.
too bad. I'll
Yeah.
take all that.
Yeah.
So before we go into our dilemmas, finally, what advice would you give someone wanting to get into? I don't know what to say. Your side of it or the influencer side of it. What would you
give
think?
Both.
Bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for like to become a creator yourself, I would just say, and I feel like actually you probably have more experiences to talk about this because you create content like on your platforms more than I do, but just keep posting. If you attend an event, go speak to the people there. Like connections are so important, both in the client side, in the creator side. Like the more people you know, the better.
Yeah,
Like-
it's not
like
what you know, it's who you
It's
know.
who you know.
Mhm.
Even if you're like a smaller UGC focused creator, keep that up. Follow people on Instagram, like reach out to people. Don't
Mm.
be afraid. Basically, it's not going to come to you without you trying to get it.
The amount of
basically.
messages I have in
Yeah.
my DMs from when I was like,
We're the
hey, I've
same.
got 4,000 followers. Like, I'd love
Yeah.
to work with you, and just ignore it every time. And now I'm working with these brands.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah.
reach out.
But we get a lot of people following us because of that EGC that I was talking about. So people might see like Hunter and Collab's pages and then be like, oh wait, those girls work there. And it's them making those connections.
And just to know a name. Or profile.
Like if I see people on a brand trip and they tag the pure people, I'm following them pure people.
But we always also say like, one of the things we preach in our agency is like flirt with the brand. Like talk about or tag the brand in your stories, and the more they see you, the more chances you're going to get invited to an event. Or
like if you organically post something, the chances are they might want to work with you paid eventually.
100%.
Yeah, and also like I feel like the most basic thing is just don't be afraid to post your content. Like you have to start somewhere,
and that's easier said than done. But and I think another thing that I would say is don't create content to get campaigns. Don't create content to be seen. Do it because you like doing it. Like make sure that it's your hobby, but be strategic in how you do flirt with the brand and stuff like that. Like don't go home and be like, oh, I saw so and so has launched a new product, I'm gonna go out and buy that. And like, you know, you're only doing it because it's a hot product at the time and you want to be seen. It needs to be a little bit more organic, but as you mentioned, like flirt with the brands, tag them,
be yourself,
be authentic. Don't be doing things that like, I'm not going to turn around and be like, oh, I really want to be the next big singer and dancer.
Like I
am. But you are. So that's your forte. But you're not going to turn around and go, I'm actually going to pick up GAA. You know?
True.
So make sure your content pillars and all that are niche to you and that it all aligns.
Guys, it's like what I always say. We just think so alike, guys.
Then the other side of things, how like to work in the industry. Again, I think it's really important who you know. You have to start somewhere. I think like the first job I took my last job was like a really basic like starting role, and you just have to make your way up. And I mean, maybe that was the same for you. You have to just work your way through different roles, and you can start off in a brand, you can start off in an agency, but if you even get like one chance to work on a campaign with a creator or with like a digital side to it, once you've done one, the likelihood of getting in somewhere else is a lot higher.
I think it's something that people, and I think this is the perfect example with Uncle Pat, people don't realize the amount of work that goes into it. And they don't actually understand what the job is. And like even say like some of my friends are teachers, some of them are accountants, some of them work in civil service. So we all have very different jobs. And when we all sit down and explain our jobs to each other, it's like, what? But they don't understand the impact that has or the importance of content creators for brands. Like you can put out TV and radio campaigns, but you're not guaranteed to hit the numbers you were going to get through a social campaign. So I think people kind of underestimate that a little bit. So never underestimate the power of socials. And I think as well, if you're trying to break into the industry to work in the industry, familiarize yourself with everything that goes on. So find out what you actually enjoy consuming first, whether it's like your press, your TV, radio content, and then get to know that platform and figure out how it works and how it works from a brand and a creator side. And I think just reach out.
Yeah, and be creative as well. Like, you know, use Canva, use all those sort of things to show your creativity if you want to work in the creative industry. I think that's like when employers are
like that helped me get my job in Collab because they were also looking for someone to be a little bit more of a social lead. And because I was like whacking up TikToks every once in a while, I understood how the platform worked. So I knew how to create content from like more of a brand side because I knew what stuck and what didn't.
That's why I hate when people say, we've heard it a million times, influencing isn't a real job, but it's not hard because we're at the end of the day promoting products. People on the TV are promoting products, they don't get the same stuff said about them. People on the radio, me as well, no one will slag those jobs, but once it comes to influencing, it's like, oh, that's not a real job.
Yeah, it's very misunderstood.
That you're human, so and that you're creating this content for their enjoyment, whereas like in my old job it was all say like physical media, so like what are you gonna do, rip out a newspaper ad and rip it into shreds if you don't like it? Like that's all you kind of can do.
Rip it off a bus shelter.
Well, don't do that.
And also it's hard to track as well, like in like out of home campaigns, it's you can just only guess.
You're kind of guessing.
Whereas with yours, if an ad doesn't do well, it's very obvious, so it kind of it's hard to
but I say just reach out, get to know the platforms, and then if it's something that you want to break into, like reach out to agencies and see if they're running like internships, or if they've like even like say for maybe more so our age, it might be mat cover. So you could have a really like cool job, very busy, you're like, you know, always on the clock, but you want to kind of channel that into something else and maybe just ask, can you cover mat leave or something? Because again, you'll get that experience.
It's not maternity leave.
Yeah, sorry.
Would you believe I got asked to do that before and I said, no, I want to be on the radio. Oh. And look at me now. So do the mat leave if that's what you want. But similar to what you were saying, you do have to work your way up.
Yeah, 100%.
In every job. Like I started off promo team. We've heard this story 5 million times. Then I was in the office and now I have my own radio show. So you have to put up with the shit.
We had interns in the summer that came for 3 months and now they're fully hired. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there's a perfect example of it. And none of them had worked in the industry as such.
No.
They just studied relevant degrees or had some experience in similar like jobs. So
Yeah.
just try it, put yourself out there, and
Have fun.
What's meant to be will be.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, guys, it's been emotional.
It has. Yeah.
Thank you for coming. I feel like you've inspired the nation to join the PR
hope
girly
so, yeah.
market. And we're going to be back in a few minutes and do dilemmas. But yeah, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Right, people, we're back. It's best case scenario time. You know what this
Woo!
means? We're giving our best case scenario to these
Oh.
people with the dilemmas, okay? So, guys, I got a good few dilemmas into onthecasepod@gmail.com. So, thanks for that one. Okay, first one. Basically, I have the nightmare housemate from hell. Help me. The 6 of us living in the apartment, 2 shared rooms, and I'm in one of them with the nightmare roommate. Background info, at the beginning of the year, she said, I have a boyfriend, is it okay if he stays over? And I said, yes, of course, thinking it would be casual, like once a week or once every 2 weeks. But I was wrong. Now it's like we have a 7th housemate. She's here like 4 or 5 nights a week. They're up in the kitchen, blaring the TV until all hours when there's 3 of us up early for placement in the morning. All the girls are freaking out because we all chose to live in an apartment with all girls for a reason. Trigger warning, men. We tried to talk to her and tell her to cop on, and she hasn't listened. She's a lovely girl when he isn't around, but she becomes so inconsiderate when he's here. Send help. I'm going mad.
That's tough.
I would say maybe from judging that situation, maybe he still lives at home. So the freedom
Defo.
of them
Yeah.
being in
true.
her home means that, like, I don't know, they can just be together and there's no like other outside noise except for your 6 other housemates.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say you need to maybe be like, look, if this is how you guys want to live, why don't you look at getting an apartment together?
Yeah, go look elsewhere.
Yeah.
Look at it from that side, because then you're not going, oh, you guys are so annoying, you're so inconsiderate, when you're like, I think you could maybe flip the narrative
make
that
it
way.
positive.
Yeah.
Or just have an honest conversation and be like, look, maybe he should start paying rent. Not trying to kick him out, but being like, if he's going to stay, maybe he can contribute to the rent or the bills, and then
Or the like
well,
heating or food
or
or something
like that.
Yeah.
But and then maybe it'll kind of kick him out that way.
Because I didn't even look at it in the way of like, wait, this fella's not paying his way. I'm
Yeah.
looking at it as like, you're sharing a room with a girl and her
Yeah,
boyfriend's there in the
their
bed. Like,
beds.
first of all, without any
Oh,
weird
sorry,
shit
there's
going
another
down.
person in the
Yeah,
room.
she's sharing the room with the couple.
See, that's
now.
very,
God,
I
that's
would say that's
weird.
very invasive for that
Yeah.
girl. So like if she wants to have like an early night or something and they're up chit-chatting, or like even just
Oh my
getting
God,
changed.
that's
I'm sure she gets
crazy.
changed in
Yeah.
the bathroom, but like all her personal
Chatting, yeah.
And like you're paying
Chit-chatting.
to be there, and some random man is in your room. You want to get changed, and they're like, "Can you?"
Okay, sorry, that is
That
total,
changed the whole
sorry,
thing,
I didn't
yeah.
realize that. Yeah, that needs to be
cut.
yeah, stop.
You can have a rota.
No,
you can stay on Tuesday.
you need to
That's
talk.
it.
Yeah,
But like, if
just
I was
have the
him,
conversation.
I'd feel so awkward. Like I'd be like, I feel so out of place. Like I feel like really rude.
Yeah.
She's
I mean-
lucky they're in the majority that there's 5 of them, and the 6th person and the
Is-
7th person are the people causing the issues. So like I think the 5 of them, as you said, could sit down with her and be like,
Just
look,
have a meeting.
we love him, we love you, but this
Not
is kind
in
of
the
crossing
room.
a line.
Yeah,
No, I think it's so easy for the person with the boyfriend to be like, oh, you are just jealous kind of thing, do you know?
Yeah.
But there is that, but there's also like, no, you don't just
Mm.
bring your boyfriend into the
Yeah.
room that we share.
yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah.
And like, if he's not contributing to anything, no, I think honest conversation.
Yeah,
I'm
agreed.
always one for an
And
honest
as she
conversation.
said, they all sat down and said, we want to live in an apartment with 6 girls and 6 girls only for a reason. So I think maybe reiterate why you guys all moved in there and be like, look, if this is what you guys want and this is your future, why don't you look elsewhere?
Poor Paul's on overtime here.
Okay, next dilemma.
You'd be
So-
paying him rent now as well
Yeah.
if you keep
yeah,
him any
podcast
longer.
Paul's gonna kill me. So I work in a creche and we don't have an official Christmas party, so we decided to organize our own one with about 10 of us. At the Christmas party, we all agreed to split the bill evenly. One girl said she'd revolute me the next morning. It's been 3 weeks
Oh.
and she's ghosting me in work and posting hauls on TikTok. Do I chase again or accept that I've been robbed?
No, remind her on what Revolut that it's there for. Remind button.
Yeah. Or just do a message into the group chat and be like, hey guys, just reminding everyone, like, so it's not directed at her, even though
Yeah,
other people
even
might
though-
have paid you.
Yeah.
Just be like, I'm doing this. And then the people who've paid you won't know that. So
As somebody, I am the chronic lender of money. I lend everybody money because
Okay.
I'm
You
just...
haven't lent us any.
not your dad.
because I'm so loaded, guys. Isn't that right, Sarah?
Yeah.
No, but I lend everybody money. And I've made mistakes in the past and lend it to people that don't give it back, which is so stupid of me. But now I have like
in debt.
now I have like a set amount of people who I'll lend money to who always give it back to me. Like they get charged commission. No, I'm joking. So as that person, sometimes what I'll do is if it's a group situation, I'll get someone who I know has paid to text in and be like, oh, how much was that again?
Great.
It's a good idea.
So it reminds the other person.
Okay.
I always do that because it just feels so scabby asking for your own money back.
Yeah, well, I know you feel like
What
such
about
a loser.
Well,
even though you're like,
did she
fine.
request on Revolut? Did she say?
I don't know.
Because
So-
just do the request.
I
My
would
friends
request-
give out to me because they're like, because I always make them request me. I feel so bad when I haven't paid them back.
yeah.
So I think just Revolut request.
Yeah,
like.
or sometimes I'd be like, hey, I just requested that money on Revolut. Oh, I have so much Christmas presents to get. I just throw in like an excuse.
Yeah.
'Cause it's more awkward for them.
Yeah, I
Do you know?
think maybe she's genuinely forgotten. So maybe in
Give her the
work, if
benefit
she's
of the doubt.
ghosting you, it's a bit awkward. But maybe just like if you can catch her on the side, I don't know if you've got a little canteen.
Or comment on one of her TikTok shop videos. Hey, love
Yeah.
this.
How'd you pay for this
But
with
there's
my
nothing
money?
worse because I've had it as well. When someone owes you money and they're going out like on nights out and they're going shopping, I'm like, you owe
Yeah,
me
I know.
money. Like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Shout out if anyone's listening that owes me money. Hopefully, sorry, because
I
you're meant
think
to be my friends.
Revolut request if you haven't already. If not, just reminder and then send her a text. Be like, oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even see that myself. I just sent a little
You
reminder.
can also be like, so sorry to follow up, but I need the money.
yeah.
And act like, oh, sorry, I forgot about that as well. But any chance could you send that on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's being
Easy
deducted from your
solution.
next paycheck.
Yeah. Otherwise, bring it to HR.
Yeah.
Even though the Christmas party wasn't from your job.
Yeah.
Okay, well, guys, thank you so much for sending your dilemmas. You can send them to onthecasepod@gmail.com or onthecasepod on TikTok and Instagram. We want juicy ones next week. Paul's been hounding me for more juice, haven't you, Paul? He hasn't really, but I want more juice, okay? So yeah, that's kind of it, lads. Sarah and SJ, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us. This was such a
Queens.
ball.
Hopefully they gave you some insight into the industry. I'm sure they did.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
And new episodes are every single Wednesday, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. And don't forget, have you downloaded the Onic Player yet?
Yeah.
Good answer. Download the Onic Player. Okay, bye. On the Case is an Onic original podcast hosted by me, Kasey Campion. Audio and visual design by Stephen King O'Farrell and Connor Daly. Developed and produced by series producer Paul McGregor. Executive producer Sasha Hamrogue. New episodes of On the Case come out every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, and you can watch full episodes on YouTube. Thanks for listening. This is an Onic original podcast.